hearing that over and over again, I just kind of expected myself to go through that. And when I didn't, I was like, is this normal? Today I'm getting ready for my 37-week prenatal appointment, and I just thought I'd do like a little get ready with me video while I answer all the pregnancy Q&A questions that I got on my IG stories. So let's get started. So the first question asked, any part of pregnancy that surprised you, that you loved or hated? Congrats again, girl. I think something that surprised me was I started leaking milk or colostrum at around 16 weeks. I didn't think that that would happen so early in the pregnancy, and I've never heard or like I don't know anybody personally who has experienced that. Going through that myself, that was a little bit surprising, but kind of reassuring just knowing, or at least hoping that I'll be able to produce enough milk once baby's here. So some things that I loved about pregnancy, probably just feeling baby's movements and his little kicks and hiccups. I feel like those are like the best part about pregnancy. It's reassuring too, just knowing that he's doing okay. And I also loved just kind of seeing my belly grow over time. Some things that I hated was the constipation, gas pains, and this might be TMI, but I'm just gonna say anyways, like diarrhea. I don't really hear about these symptoms often. I don't know if this is normal. Oh, the constipation and the gas I think is normal, but the diarrhea, I'm not sure if that's normal. I had really bad constipation and gas pain in the second, and I think second trimester was probably the worst, but it was horrible. And then the diarrhea too was really bad in the second trimester. I don't know if it's because I got poisoned, maybe I ate something bad, or maybe it's just because baby is growing and kind of like pushing up on my stomach or my intestines or something, so it's like messing up with my digestion. But oh my gosh, it was so bad in the second trimester. And I would also say the hip joint pain is not fun either. My hip joints start hurting if I walk for too long or if I stand for too long. And not just that, but when I'm sleeping, especially in the third trimester, because I would say it started around second trimester, the hip pain, and then it kind of comes and goes. Okay, hold on. Let me finish curling my eyelashes before I move on, because I'm gonna be stuck curling my lashes for like the next 10 minutes if I keep talking. Okay, I finished curling my lashes, so I'm gonna finally do my brows because I told myself I was gonna start with my brows and I didn't. So yeah, next question is, what are some things you wish you knew about pregnancy that no one has told you? I would say all the appointments that you have to go to, like all your prenatal appointments, because like I thought it was just like one checkup and then like an ultrasound, or maybe like just a few checkups and then the ultrasound, and that's it. But no, we had so many. My pregnancy is low risk, but even then, like you still have a lot of appointments. So third question is, what are some things that people don't talk enough about pregnancy? Honestly, I don't really hear a lot of like positive things about pregnancy. I mean, everybody experiences pregnancy differently, and for some people I know it's like the worst, like, you know, thing for someone to go through. I wished people talked more about how pregnancy is different for everybody. Like, yes, we all have our own experiences, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna go through that same thing, you know? Like for me, like I said, growing up until now, people always told me their stories, their pregnancy stories, and I feel like it was always like the negative things, like the bad experiences and how miserable they were during pregnancy. Hearing that over and over again, I just kind of expected myself to go through that. And when I didn't, I was like, is this normal? I even asked my doctor, like, is it normal to not really have like any bad symptoms? And my doctor said, yeah, that was normal. Like, you know, everybody's different. My pregnancy has been really smooth so far. Of course, I still have like symptoms like, you know, fatigue and backaches and hip pain, but it's just not as bad as others. The next question is asking details about your pregnancy, how long you've been trying, how you found out, symptoms. My husband and I, we were trying for 3 months and we got pregnant on the 3rd month, and we were tracking I was tracking my ovulation. And so we had sex, still our normal routine, and except during like ovulation time, obviously we would try to do it a little bit more often. I know this is TMI, but you know, it is what it is. I was tracking my ovulation and we just made sure that, you know, we had sex the days that I was ovulating. So yeah, we were trying for 3 months, got pregnant on the 3rd month, and then I didn't know that I was pregnant until I actually took a test. Oh, because my periods are usually irregular, and so sometimes my period would be like a week late. And so I took a pregnancy test, I think a week after my period was late, and so it came back negative. This was like the 3rd month of trying, and I was just like, oh, you know, like it's probably just another month of us not being able to conceive. So I just kind of like brushed it off. I'm like, it's fine, you know, I'm just not pregnant. My period's probably just late. So I waited a few more days, and this was on our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. I took another pregnancy test in the morning and it came back positive. And I took another one a few hours later and it also came back positive. Like the line was so dark, so clear. I also took the digital one, and that one was like literally just said pregnant. And it was crazy because this was only like a few days after I had the negative pregnancy test. I didn't have any symptoms. Well, I did have symptoms, but it just felt like my period was coming. I just remember having like very sore breasts, but that's normal for me, like when my period is gonna come. I would say period symptoms are pretty similar to like early pregnancy symptoms. So tried for 3 months, got pregnant on the 3rd, had a negative pregnancy test at first, followed by 2 positive pregnancy tests. The same day that I tested positive, I told my husband when he got home. Okay, question number 5 says, were you guys trying, tracking ovulation, the whole shebang, or casual about conceiving? And I mean, I guess I kind of already answered this already. I would say we were casual about conceiving for the most part. I think we just wanted to try just to see if we, you know, would be able to conceive at least within the 1st year. So we completely stopped birth control, and then I started tracking my ovulation. We started trying, and we were pretty, I would say we were pretty casual about it. Maybe not as casual. I think we were really trying like the first 2 months, and then realized like, okay, like, you know, this is getting really exhausting, kind of almost like a chore kind of thing. Like, oh, you know, I'm ovulating again, now we gotta try again. Not just that, but I think just like trying and then taking a pregnancy test and having it come back negative was just very discouraging too. And so we're just like, you know what, like the 3rd month, who cares, we're just gonna do it whenever. We won't be as like strict about it, I guess, like, oh, we have to do it every single day kind of thing, or whatever. The 3rd month was the month that we were just a little bit more casual and just kind of like, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen, it's fine, we'll just try again next month. So yeah. The next question asked, baby room / nursery setup. We have most of it set up and ready. We just have to put like last minute touches to it. We wanted to move out and get like a 2-bedroom, but honestly, we just decided to just stay here and just create like a little bedside nursery. But majority of the nursery is done. We just haven't revealed it yet. I won't reveal it in this video, but I will do that in a different video, or you guys will just see it on like Instagram. Okay, next question is the biggest challenge you faced so far through pregnancy, any strange cravings? Honestly, like I said earlier, like my pregnancy has been pretty smooth with no like complications, no really bad symptoms. I don't really have anything to say. So, but for pregnancy cravings, honestly, I haven't had like any weird or like crazy cravings. Like I feel like I just craved normal things, and like the only things that I really craved was like chicken alfredo from Olive Garden, which is so random. I craved like waffles at some point, and I ate them for breakfast like almost every morning. And then there was a time where I craved those Korean noodles, those Korean spicy noodles, you know. That was only like in the second trimester, and then after that, started experiencing heartburn. So, I stopped eating spicy stuff. Yeah, I think that was all my pregnancy cravings. Those are the only cravings that I had. I didn't really have any like weird cravings. Like yeah, pickles with peanut butter or whatever. But there was one thing that I could not eat for the longest time, and it was like pho. And specifically like pho with like beef in there, like, and I think I couldn't eat it for the longest time. Like, if you know me, I love like my soups and my soups or like noodle dishes and stuff. Like during pregnancy, I think it was during the first trimester, I ordered pho to go, and the meat was so undercooked, like it was all bloody. And you know, during pregnancy, you're not supposed to eat like raw or undercooked meat, but like that meat was so raw, and I tried to like cook it in the broth and like all of that, but I think just knowing that it came like really bloody and stuff, and it just was not fully cooked, that I kind of like lost my appetite. Even when I was eating it, I just felt so like grossed out. And so ever since that experience, I couldn't eat pho for the longest time, and it just every time I saw it, I was just like it just ugh, just did not like look satisfying to me. And it wasn't until I got into my third trimester, then I slowly started eating it again. So yeah. Okay, I'm trying to like finish up my makeup so I can like answer these questions better. I don't usually do my makeup here, but this is like the best spot to film, at least on the camera here. Okay, I finally finished doing my makeup, and this is a look. I was gonna do falsies, but I'm honestly a little bit too lazy to do them, so I just did mascara. And yeah, this is how it looks. So let's finish the last question, and then I've got to go after this. So last question is, any lotions or oils you used for your tummy, anything you would recommend? I do use oil and lotion for my belly. I'll put an image here, or I will link it down below. So first I used bio oil. I use that for my belly, but then I just hate that like oily feeling. It's not super like greasy feeling, but I honestly just hate like lotion or oil on my body in general. So I was using bio oil, and then I eventually kind of stopped until I had a friend give me some belly butter from Burt's Bees, and so I was using that until it ran out. And then once that was out, I started using the Palmer belly lotion or butter for my belly. And then on top of that, I also use the bio oil, and I usually use it at night. I'm the type of person that uses items not because they're really good, or not because like I really like them. I feel like if I have it, then I'll use it, you know? Like, I don't like to kind of like throw things out or like not use items. So I've just been using those just to like use it. I personally don't mind my stretch marks. I actually love my stretch marks, and I don't have a problem with them. But I do love that the lotions and the oil helps like moisturize my belly. So it's like super soft and moisturized. Honestly, that's the only thing that I notice about using these products. But as for stretch marks, I don't think it really helps much or helps reduce the appearance or anything. And like I said, for me personally, I don't mind the stretch marks. So, you know, I don't really mind if it doesn't really help with the appearance or help prevent my stretch marks. And I think that's all the questions that I have. It's almost time for my doctor's appointment, so I'm actually gonna head out. But if you're still watching this, thanks for sticking around and making it this far. I know I talk so much, and I feel like I kind of ramble on, but I'm gonna go now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!